let the shift happen as it will. Just let it happen. The universe, the galaxy, the solar system, it knows what it is doing. December the 21st, 2012. Is this the end of the world? As many people have seen this as a doomsday apocalyptic end of the world scenario. And to answer the question on if this is the end of the world, I would need to know what definition you see end of the world. If you mean it in a literal sense, end world no longer here type of a deal, that's extremely unlikely. I mean, you probably have a better chance of winning the Powerball 2 weeks in a row than of having this scenario come into play. As far as humanity gone or humanity being extinct, once again possible, but once again extremely, extremely unlikely for this event to occur. See, I believe that this 2012 phenomenon does bring an end, but an end of a great age, an end of these dark ages that we have been living in, the age that is primarily run by fear and many negative thoughts, negative actions amongst the world. There's been a lot as far as a golden age coming, age of Aquarius, and it seems as if what this change that is coming is going to bring that type of beautiful scenario. But before we can get there, we need to end what these dark ages are all about, as there still is a little bit of time before we get to December 21st, 2012, and the Mayan calendar has made many great predictions, and pretty much the majority of them do come true. But they do not predict the end of the world, as in the planet blowing up or humanity going extinct. What they are predicting is the end of a major age, major cycle that is going to bring upon us a new one. Because many people see, well, isn't the Mayan calendar supposed to predict doom and gloom and apocalyptic events? And yes, actually it does predict that along the way, and it's part of the end of the age, if you will. As we move to this 2012 phenomenon year, we are really exiting the age of darkness, exiting the age of fear, and everything of a lower frequency. So that's why a lot of the prophecies for the bad stuff to come and happen when the earth changes, whether it be the weather effects that are prophesized to get really, really bad, we're talking wars, all that type of stuff is going to be happening, and the signs are already here. I mean, we look at the economic situation. A lot of people are saying, well, the media is saying the economic situation is better. We have a great recovery happening. Things are looking better. Well, we've been in the dark ages, and lying is that of fear or a lower energy. So because they're using that lower vibration, they are telling us lies, as in the recovery is going to actually happen. We are seeing the bees dying with colony collapse disorder, and once again the mainstream media doesn't want to talk about it. I've already mentioned stuff about weather changes. Look back at Hurricane Katrina and so many of the tornadoes that are happening, volcanoes erupting faster than they've ever had before. These have been stuff that has been predicted for thousands of years to happen around this time frame. I mean, there's so much more: wars, famine, food shortages, which hasn't even really begun yet. And a lot of this is going to do because of the economic situation in coordination with the droughts and the flooding that a lot of farms are going to be going through, as the poverty is unfortunately looking to keep on going higher over the next few years. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of bad stuff, and we're going to hear a lot more of it when the movie in November comes into play, which is the Mayan Calendar 2012 movie. And that's most likely going to bring a lot of fear towards a lot of people, because they're going to be giving out an image where Like the earthquakes are going to be so bad, the chaos, the riots on the street. That's what I'm presuming that this movie is going to entitle. But at least it's going to be bringing the word out at the same point, because myself, when I was first introduced to this information, yeah, I felt the negative and the fear part of it at first. But as I transitioned forward, I was like, it's actually a pretty amazing shift when you actually look at everything that it includes, or everything that I know of which that it includes. Because of all the bad stuff that is coming, can this stuff be stopped? And the answer is yes. And the only way to stop this bad stuff from happening is to remove your fears, remove as much of that negative lower energy that you can, because our thoughts do create the reality that we're having. When a lot of people bring in these negative emotion thoughts, that's when we have the crime rates going high, the wars, the hurricanes and tsunamis that kill so many. It's all through the negative thought. So by placing yourself in the positive thought, I really do believe you won't be affected as much as many other will be, because so many people during the next few years are going to be living in such an excruciating amount of fear, and it's going to not only affect themselves in a negative way, but the entire world also. So best thing is to be positive, love yourself, accept everything around you. If that's the case, positivity will be brought back to you. If you don't love yourself, and many people will not admit that they don't, but a lot of people do not, that means you're going to be having a lot of negative emotions, which is not only going to come back to yourself, but come back to a lot of people. So as we move on forward, yeah, a lot of people are going to have that massive fear, and I don't know how bad it's going to be, but it potentially could be pretty bad for the certain individuals who are extremely fearful, as the energy in which was already here but coming every day at extra levels means extra amount of stuff would be possible, and the thoughts that we use become more powerful than they ever have been before. So if the thoughts are more powerful, that does mean positive stuff can easily happen. And the first big thing is try not to focus too much on 2012, unless of course you think that's part of who you are. Let the shift happen as it will. Just let it happen. The universe, the galaxy, the solar system, it knows what it is doing. Yet a lot of people will still be in fear because of all the bad stuff that surrounds them. So just pretty much let it happen and let the whole thing unfold. If you can stay positive throughout it, it actually can mean that a lot of great things can happen, because post-2012, the Mayan calendar actually predicts an amazing amount of beautiful things to happen. So as apocalyptic as 2010, 2011, and 2012 is going to be, as beautiful 2013, 14, 15, and beyond is going to be. Because to me, this is like leaving the Dark Ages, and the Dark Ages entitles a lot of bad stuff in this world with some good things in it too also. So moving on to the next age, which is the age of love, or the golden age, means a lot of amazing stuff is going to happen with a little bit of bad stuff. That's pretty much how I see how the next age is going to move forward. So as far as preparation is concerned, whether you believe in this spiritual stuff or not, that's totally up to you. But the economic situation anyway is going to be getting out of hand. So as I've said in other my videos on my channel, it has to do with the economic situation, preparing yourself on an economic level for the dollar, which is going to be collapsing very shortly, unless if it already hasn't for those who have watched it late. Which means preparing yourself for the food, the water that you need, any type of assets in which can be used later on down the road, or you think could be traded on down the road, that's going to at least stabilize its value. That's the biggest preparation. Also spiritually preparing yourself, if you are able to, is going to make a major difference also, because if you just conceptually prepare yourself for your physical needs and what you're going to have, it's going to work out well. But also, I think the spiritual preparation is also going to be pretty massively needed also, because yes, a lot of bad things are going to happen, and I'm not going to dwell on them because, one, I expect them to happen, so I'm going to see them like I have over the last year and change. Okay, that's to be expected. Let's move on. Let's be positive. Let's feel that higher energy, and that's pretty much what it comes down to. So I'll leave it at that. Good luck, everybody. If you have any questions, you can email me at endlessmountain2008@yahoo.ca. Peace out, everyone. Bye-bye.